What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for stopping by my channel as always. For those of you who are new here, my name is Daniel from iosoundstudio.com, and my goal is to impact the world with music and to inspire and teach others to do the very same thing. So in today's video, we're going to be answering the question, is it too late to get started as a music artist? As I'm sure you have noticed, over the last couple of years, there has been a massive explosion in the music industry. The music industry has been radically shifting over the last decade, and the power has been moving from major record labels and commercial studios to the independent artist and the bedroom producer. Now, this shift has happened for several reasons. First, with the rising power of social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts, the artists now have an incredible ability to gain a huge following and build an entire audience around their music like never before. Today in 2023, an entirely independent music artist can build an audience of about 1 million or more people, and that can entirely fund the entirety of their music career. Even smaller artists with 100,000 or fewer followers are also able to leverage the power of social media and thus get their content to reach millions of people. Artists today no longer need to go through record labels or commercial music recording studios and able to get their music created and released to the public for them to enjoy. With the power of music distribution platforms like TuneCore, CD Baby, and DistroKid, the once limited access to releasing music has now been almost entirely done away with, and now it is easier than ever for artists to put out their music directly from themselves to their audience. Now, unfortunately, there are a lot of consequences to this. Just like anything, when the barrier of entry decreases, the marketplace gets saturated. And so that's what we're seeing now all the time. If you've been on any social media platform in the last couple of years, I am sure that you've noticed how many independent artists have risen to fame and how many more independent artists are aspiring towards fame. Now, this creates a lot of problems for those newer artists who are trying and struggling to gain attention on social media platforms. The audiences are growing tired of constantly being marketed to, and now they're way less incentivized to actually take the time to listen to the music that you spent so much time making. Why? Because there is so much of it. There is almost too much of it. Also, it's harder to gain traction from the algorithm. In just one sitting, you will very likely scroll past a handful of other independent artists who are also promoting their own music. And so by the time any individual user gets to your content that you are creating around your music, they are way less likely to click on your stuff, and it's a lot harder for you to stand out. And when it comes to digital streaming platforms, it's also so much more challenging to cut through the noise. Spotify and Apple Music playlist curators literally have to spend thousands of hours listening to thousands and tens of thousands of songs to determine which songs are going to make the cut and which songs are going to get cut and not make the playlists. And what that means for you is that your songs have to be even better than they were before to stand out from all of the rest. And also, with that being said, as a new artist, I would highly recommend that you don't cut corners and you find a really good producer and a mixing engineer who can help make your music sound the best that it possibly can be, because if it is amateurish, if it doesn't stand up to the quality that consumers and digital streaming platform curators are looking for, then there's no chance that your music is ever going to make the cut. So I just want to be honest and real with you. You need to find the people that are willing to invest time and energy into your music to make it sound the best that it can possibly be. Now, with all of that, there is good news, but there's also bad news, unfortunately. I'm gonna start with the bad news. Firstly, it will not be easy. It will very, very likely take you years to make any significant progress in the music industry. You will likely be discouraged often, and you might even find yourself in a depressive slum because you don't meet the goals and expectations that you were hoping to when you look at your Spotify or Apple Music numbers. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but realistically, the odds are radically stacked against you. Every single aspiring artist and their brother are trying to do exactly what you're doing, and there's a lot of competition to be heard at all in today's music industry. The reality is that most people who pursue being an independent artist do fail. It's an expensive pursuit that not only takes emotional investment, but also it takes significant time, money, and effort that will likely not pay off within years. Another very hard reality of the music industry today is that there will be many people who simply just don't care. Since everyone is getting marketed to all the time, Many people will not engage with your music and they will not engage with the content that you create on social media platforms. And that could happen for a long time, if not the majority of the time. And with that, most people will very likely not take the time to actually go and listen to the music that you put so much time and energy and emotion into, unfortunately. Now, that's a lot of bad news. I totally understand, and I hope that you're not discouraged by that, but there is also a lot of good news as well. If you want to get a song made and put out on Spotify or Apple Music today, it's way easier than it ever has been before to get that done. And if you just want to make a song and share it with your close friends and family, that's super attainable. And in fact, like I mentioned earlier, there are digital streaming platforms like DistroKid, TuneCore, CD Baby, etc. And through any of those, it's super easy to get your music onto Spotify or Apple Music. And if you want to not only support this channel, but you want to get a huge discount, you can actually use the DistroKid link that's below in my bio to get a huge discount off of any music that you want to upload and get shared onto Spotify or Apple Music or any of the other streaming platforms and share with your friends or your family. Another note of good news is that with the tools of social media at your fingertips, it really truly is possible to build an audience and monetize that audience and create a career in music. People do it every single day, and now there are so many more independent artists who are truly making a complete living full-time pursuing music as an artist. Creating and releasing music is truly one of the most rewarding and emotionally vulnerable things that you can possibly do in your life, and it gives you the ability to share intimate moments of your life with other people, and that's absolutely incredible, and I would never trade that for the world. You're also creating keepsakes and kind of like time capsules that capture a portion of your life in your own unique existence that you can share with others and will likely outlive you in your time on Earth. If you are diligent, you'll learn how to create genuine, authentic content that will attract the right people to your music and to your brand. Now, what I just said is really important because you have to remember that not everyone is going to be attracted to your music or to your content, but if you stick with it long enough, you can and will cultivate an audience who not only love you and support you, but they will pay your bills and your lifestyle for the entirety of your life, and that happens largely passively. Once you actually build the platform on Spotify, Apple Music, etc., it pays passively for a long time. Also, don't forget that making music is fun. It's so much fun. It's one of the most enjoyable creative endeavors that I think any person can go on. And if you're making music for the right reasons, you're going to feel incredibly fulfilled in the creative journey by the creative process. There's no feeling like taking a thought and turning that into a finalized song. Trust me, there's nothing better, and it's always rewarding. So then, what are the takeaways for you new music artists? First off, you absolutely have the ability to create amazing, inspiring music and the ability to grow a supportive and loving audience that really truly will love your music and support you for the entirety of your career. Second, putting out music is fairly easy nowadays. However, making a career out of it is really not. It takes a lot of time, energy, consistency, dedication, and intentionality, and unfortunately, you likely won't get lucky, but that is the reality of being a music artist. Third, focus on making music that you absolutely love and are passionate about and are inspired by, and have fun doing it. That will make your journey so much more enjoyable, and that will keep your mind focused on the right things. Fourth, if you get caught up in the music instead of the beauty, you will likely get discouraged and you will likely fail. So again, and I cannot stress this enough, make music for the right reasons and enjoy doing it. Fifth, in 2023, honestly, in order to be a successful music artist, you have to learn how to create compelling content around your music that will be able to then attract an audience. Number 6, if you want to make a lifelong career in the music world today, yes, absolutely focus on making music you love. Don't ever forget that. But you need to take the time to intentionally invest in the relationships of other people in the music industry along with your audience. You have to build those organic, real, authentic relationships, or else no one is going to take the time to actually stick around. And seventh and finally, as a bit of encouragement, I just want to let you know that you really, really can do this. It is entirely possible. It is entirely in your grasp, and building a music career in today's industry truly is easier than it ever has been before in history, and the access to doing it is so low now. But it will take persistence, it will take longevity, and it will take grit to get there. It's definitely a marathon. It is by no means a sprint. So Take your time, love the music that you're making, and enjoy the process of getting there. Because you will if you stick with it long enough, and you're making incredible music, you're putting out content that you're proud of and is real and organic and genuine. That will attract people that truly love your music, who truly love you as a person and want to support you and want to be there on your musical journey. So my friends, I encourage you, yes, absolutely pursue this. Don't be discouraged because there's so many other people doing it. Do not be discouraged because there's so many people who overlook your content. Just stay consistent. You never know what video is going to pop off. You never know when you're going to get your break. You can only find out if you stay consistent over the months and the years of building a career in music. So again, I will see you next week with a new video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you were encouraged and I hope you learned something from this video. If you want to continue being encouraged and you want to get your mind put in the right position for how you can actually do this sustainably over a long time, you can check out this video right here. It's all about practicing discipline over just having inspiration. Both are important, but discipline wins out every single time because like anything that's worth pursuing, it takes a long time and you have to build the muscle of discipline. So my friends, thank you so much again for stopping by. If you want to support me more directly, again, you can check that link in my bio for DistroKid if you want to start putting out music of your own. And you can also check me out on Patreon. The link is below, and there I post stuff that I don't post here. I break down songs and I answer any questions that you guys might have. So let me know in the comment section below, what are some challenges that you have experienced yourself as a music artist, and what are some encouragements that you can give to your fellow music artists who are trying to build careers out of this. I'll see you next week with a new video. Thanks so much for stopping by.